What's going on, world? It's your boy Hollywood from Hwood TV, and I want to do something that I haven't done in a while. Um, as you can see from the title of this video, it's going to be about the Conor McGregor Kabib fiasco. And I want to come at this to all of you guys in a different way. Now, before I, wanted to do this video, I did a video before this, a live one, talking about it. I wanted to take a little time and see what was going on in the community, what a lot of people in the community were saying about this fiasco. The two people that stand out in my mind as content creators are Joe Rogan and Shane Faison. If you're not watching them guys, check them out. Just hearing, like I listen to the press conferences, and as I said in my video, like I said before, let me slow down and come back. Before I did that video, I definitely tried to, listen to the community and see what was going on first before I put my opinion out, right? So, I kind of, I guess you could say, push the envelope a little bit from maybe what I guess you could say Shane Faison was saying, in the sense that he said that it was disgusting to him, or I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say disgusting, but he said that he was. It's very interesting how everyone is taking sides in this one. Saying it's Khabib's fault, saying it's Conor's fault, and I took it to another level. And I was a little bit disappointed in how Dana White was trying to, put up his hands as if he didn't have anything, or he couldn't have done anything better. I really pushed the issue to say that, he really needs to take a look at how these press conferences and what the words and actions of these fighters, to really take it to heart, because, this was something that was escalation. It wasn't just like one night or two press conferences and boom. This was a steady build. With that being said, if you want to check those videos, definitely check them out. But this one is going to be some, again, as you can see in the title, what you guys are not considering. A little bit of background on why I thought of this. I just finished working out and I came and I was like, I always, anyone that knows me and what I do, I constantly think things are my fault. Always. I always sit down and I try to think, what could I have done better? Always. Everything is always my fault. And this is the same thing in this situation. In this situation, it's your fault, my fault, Joe Rogan's fault, Shane Faison's fault, Dana White's fault, Conor McGregor's fault, Khabib's fault, everybody's fault. And here's why. We, especially us, I paid to see the UFC fight. I went to a bar, paid to see it. I'm pretty sure, Shane Faison, maybe did the same, paid for it in some kind of a way. Many of us paid to see this, right? We pay their salaries. And when we're paying all this money to see people like Conor McGregor and and these type of people fight, we're saying that it's okay. Conor McGregor's been the same dude that he's always been in his history, in his career. That brazen, cocky dude. Now, before I go on, I am a Conor McGregor fan, but not in probably the same way a lot of you other people are a Conor McGregor fan. I'm a McGregor fan in the sense that he's a striker, and he's very good in his striking. And in this fight, I was going for him because it's the classic grappler versus striker. Who's gonna win? And that's where it ended. But I'm as much to blame, probably more so than Conor McGregor, because me and all of you, that I'm assuming are martial arts practitioners or martial arts fans, UFC fans, because if not, you wouldn't be watching this. We pay for them to do and put on a show for us. And we pay, if it's not for us, they wouldn't have a job. Conor McGregor wouldn't make as much money as he does if he doesn't do this type of thing. So we're saying, by virtue of paying and buying these pay-per-views and supporting, you know, him and this fight, it really is awful. And nobody's really taking ownership. I always talk about that. Anytime you see any of my videos and live streams, and when I'm talking with people, I always talk about accountability, taking ownership, own that shit all the time. And nobody is saying that. Nobody is looking at themselves and saying, hey, fuck, you know, maybe I, by paying to watch this fight, am really the ones who are messing up the image of what some people consider martial arts. And you could look at my other videos, man. I've had many videos on where I see the lack of discipline in martial arts and MMA and certain styles, you know, and things of that nature. This is just another example of it. You know, a lot of people are driven by money, and if we, as a collective unit, if we really care about this situation and don't want to see it again, we need to hit them where they will listen, in the pockets. You know, we have to say, yo, we don't want to see that no more. We really don't want to see that. And then people like Dana White, Conor McGregor, Kabib, all these dudes are really gonna, oh snap, you know, if you messing with my money, I gotta, you know, I'm gonna tone it down a little bit. You know, it really put it in perspective, because as I was, you know, as I said, I was working out before I thought about this, and I was thinking, I'm a Street Fighter fan. I love Street Fighter since I was young, and the newest iteration of Street Fighter, Street Fighter 5, I don't like. You know, I definitely don't like the game. You know, there's a lot of things that I wish were better or different. So when the game first came out, you know, I play it, you know, I try to support it, you know, I would be one of those people. And if any of you guys know about Street Fighter 5, you probably heard of, you know, all the people, you know, speaking out about the game and trying to make it better. But at some point you have to say, look, okay, you know, maybe the Capcom, the people that made the game, are not hearing me. So maybe it's time for me to take my money elsewhere. Because if I'm not going to be heard, what's the point? So eventually I did that. You know, I stopped playing the game, because it's either one of two things. Either you shut the hell up and play the game for what it is, or you don't play the game. One or two. Very simple. Easy peasy. I chose the latter. And it's the same situation here. I was thinking about it, and I'm just like, wait a minute. This is my fault. I am the one that put money in Conor McGregor and Khabib's pocket. I was one of the ones watching these press conferences, you know, maybe not laughing, but, you know, I'm watching these press conferences getting hype about the fight, like, yeah, I can't wait for this fight, instead of saying to myself, well, hold on a second, why am I going to endorse this? Why am I endorsing this type of behavior? And what comes in front of it is martial arts. You know, these people are considered martial artists, and to a great extent they are. When they get down in there, they're some of the best in the world in combat. But, you know, for some of us that believe martial arts is just more than combat, and it's more of a more encompassing thing, it's a life thing, it's a you know, a big word will be discipline. You know, you definitely have to be disciplined, and not only in mind and in body. You can't support that. And, you know, me, I'm definitely a culprit. And I hope some of you guys watching this video, you know, you might not agree with me, but I just want to open a dialogue and get you guys to think differently. You know, a lot of my videos is always about thinking about things differently, more knowledge, opening your mind. So I hope, you know, you guys can see. And if you want the scene to get better, or to not at least get to this point again, think about, hey, not buying the next pay-per-view. You know, it's messed up as it is, you know, but and that's in anything in life. If you feel that you are not being heard, look at ways to be heard. You know, um, look at ways to better the situation. You can't always just say, "Oh, I'm gonna," "Oh, that's messed up, man. That's messed up." But what are you doing to make a thing better? It's easy to just talk about something and just be like, okay, okay, but you got to do. And hopefully, with this video, a lot of people can reevaluate how they see some of these situations and in martial arts, because I love martial arts. I love what it's done for me in my life. Yeah, I started with it when I was young, and I'm still doing it. I've met some good people, and I met some terrible people, and I met some, and everything in between. And I loved and still love what it brings to me each and every day. And you know, we don't want, because if mixed martial arts, if UFC is the, let's say, the biggest promoter of martial arts, people get into martial arts because they see people like Kabib, McGregor. They see these fighters in the UFC and they're like, I want to do that. If we want to keep that, keep that good side, that positive side of martial arts, mixed martial arts, UFC, all that, we got to do something. We got to do something about it. So, anyway, I hope you go and learn something, or be enlightened in some kind of way with this video. Anyway, thanks guys.